Ladies and gentlemen, before we start today's review, I just want to make it 100% crystal clear this will have zero spoilers. I'm only going to be talking about things from the first official trailer, so you do not have to worry. I swear to you, no spoilers. And with that being said, let's finally talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home. This is the third movie in the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy in the MCU, and whoa. Story-wise, with again zero spoilers, this starts off literally right after Far From Home. And basically, at the end of Far From Home, Mysterio, he does a number on Peter, man. He basically tells the planet that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and of course, it looks like he has murdered Mysterio. It's not looking good. And the movie continues right from Far From Home. There is no time wasted. In fact, this movie is 2.5 hours, and it does not stop. Literally, from the start of this like eerie opening right to the end after the credits, it does not stop. It is this continuous, amazing action hype train. And from there, Peter's obviously like dealing with a lot of stuff that comes with the fact that everyone knows he's Spider-Man, and it's not nice. In fact, the movie does a really good job of showing you how awful it would actually be if the world knew Peter was Spider-Man. It's not good. And then after a little bit of time, he goes to see Doctor Strange and basically says, hey, yo, can you do me a favor, my G? Can you just, like, make everyone forget that I'm Spider-Man? And then during this spell, if you've seen the trailer, Peter just can't stop yapping away, mate. And then basically the spell gets mashed up. Everything goes crazy. Reality goes crazy. The multiverse starts to open up and we start to get the villains from the old school movies coming into the MCU, and man, explaining this story is well hard. Mainly because what I just said is like the blueprint of the movie. You still have, I'd say, a massive 60, maybe even 65% of story that I cannot say because it is like going to be classified as spoilers. But yeah, that is your basic story, spoiler free. And I'm going to say right now, ladies and gentlemen, it was amazing, mate. I thought the movie would rely on like the old school villains coming into the MCU and it'd be like this nostalgia fest, which it is, but it ain't. There is reasons. There's reasons for everything that happens in this movie, and the story right now, I'm gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, for me personally, this is now the best live action Spider-Man story ever. It just feels like a real Spider-Man story, and I grew up loving Spider-Man, and this feels really authentic as a Spider-Man story, and it fits into the MCU as well really nicely. And there are genuine twists and turns that I did not see coming. You guys are definitely not going to see coming. There's so much stuff going on. I'm not going to spoil anything. The story alone was epic, man. And if I'm being honest, easily one of the like best solo MCU like universe stories ever. Really that good, man. Genuinely, the story just blew me away. And of course, this is in the MCU. You're gonna have your comedy, you're gonna have your funny moments, but whoa, this was dark, mate. This went to places that the Shadow Realm resides, mate. It has genuine dark moments, mate. They're gonna get you here. It's no joke. I'm going to talk more about like the emotional side of stuff towards the end, but now I'm going to talk about the characters and starting with the heroes. Growing up and in my childhood, Spider-Man was my favourite hero of all time, and now as an adult, my favourite MCU hero is actually Doctor Strange. I actually love his character. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, and these two in this movie, I was so happy, man. First of all, Spider-Man, I've said before, I really love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and easily, by far, this is his best performance as Peter and as Spider-Man. Just, the guy needs the respect on his name. He is no joke. His acting capabilities are off the chart. I mean, we saw in Infinity War, the guy knows how to get your heartstrings, and he knows what to do with his emotions as Peter and as Spider-Man in this movie. Big up, Tom Holland. You killed it. Also, Doctor Strange. Oh my god. Genuinely, he's my favourite character in the MCU right now, and he was so amazing. Every single time Doctor Strange on screen, and he gets a lot of screen time. There's a reason he's so big on the poster, because he is in the film for a massive chunk, and when he's on screen, again, I'm smiling, I'm loving it. The action scenes involving Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, when they're on screen together, how they bounce back to back, just their personalities when they collide, because they're talking about things from like Endgame and stuff, and man, Doctor Strange, big up yourself. I cannot wait to see your next movie, Multiverse of Madness, because I genuinely love Doctor Strange so much. If you're a fan of Strange, you're going to love it in this movie now. Back to Spider-Man. In fact, back to the Trinity. Peter, MJ, and Ned, when they're on screen together, perfection, genuinely. You feel like the friendship, you feel the warmth, you know they are friends off screen because they just do it so good in this movie. I mean, we've known them from Homecoming all the way to now, and you can see the like development. When they're on screen, the three of them, amazing. I do want to give a big shout out to MJ, Zendaya even, because her acting, bro, if you ain't seen the movie, you're just not ready, man. But enough about those stupid heroes. It's time to talk about the villains, because you guys know I'm about the villain life. I was so happy when I saw the trailers that we're getting the OG villains, and we're getting 5 of the bad boys: Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Lizard, and Electro. The standout for me, what they done with the Goblin, William Dafoe. Oh my God. If you liked the Goblin in the first OG movie, you're gonna be gassed. You're gonna be hyped. He was so good in this movie. Just the definition of evil, crazy. He is so strong. Like, when he was on screen, he stole the entire movie straight up. Pretty much in the comic world, Goblin is the biggest villain in Spider-Man. It's been like that for a very long time, and it shows in here. The Goblin, you just ain't ready for the Goblin, mate. He is naughty. Now, as for Dr. Octopus, if you like the second movie, which pretty much everyone in the galaxy likes, Spider-Man 2, he's just as good in that movie than he is in this. In fact, he might be even better in this movie. His performance is very, very emotional when he talks about stuff from that movie. In this one, Alfred Molina's acting is so good, man. You're gonna feel it here. Not only that, but in the first movie, the mechanical arms are actually puppets, and in this, it's CGI. It gives just the acting and all that stuff way, like, more leeway to just do what he wants to do. Also, Sandman and Lizard, when they're on screen, they were amazing. I genuinely, like, got so excited seeing them, man. But Jamie Foxx, big up yourself. He is just criminally butchered in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you like that movie, which I actually do like that movie, but I think they wrecked Electro, man. Just the blue and how he was so weird, and yeah, all that stuff's gone, mate. He's a badass now. Easily, by far, the character that got the biggest upgrade was Jamie Foxx. Not just visually, but the way he talks, his lines of dialogue, just Jamie Foxx is so slick, and they let him be slick in this movie. It works so good. I mean, the best villain for me in this film, Goblin. I mean, I'm going to be thinking about this Goblin performance for a long time. Hella creepy, hella evil. But Jamie Foxx was a huge improvement. I'm so glad that whoever decided, just don't make him blue ever again. You guys need some sort of award, because in this movie, Jamie Foxx, aka Electro, is a badass. And now, before I give you guys my score, I'm just going to say everything else. First of all, the action. There's a ton. Of course, it's in the MCU. You're going to have crazy action scenes, but there's stuff in here that I did not expect. Stuff I saw in the trailers, which is like a 10% clip of a humongous action scene, man. Just the action was off the chains. There's so many trippy stuff. Of course, we got Doctor Strange, Zero Dimension, all that crazy stuff, man. It's all in the trailer. It is no joke in here, and it looks so, so stunning. I heard rumours that the visual effects people were making the visual effects still up to like 2 weeks before the movie come out. Yo, you guys, you need an award. Because visually, one of the best looking MCU movies by far. All of the action and the visuals, all of that was amazing, man. Genuinely, 10 out of 10. There's some fight scenes, which I'm going to be thinking about for a long, long time, man. Going back to when I was talking about the story and it being emotional, there's 3 moments, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm not going to say. Do not worry. I'm not even going to hint at them. I'm just being real. I could not stop the tears, and I could hear in the movie theatre just loads of people sniffling, making little noises, because it got hella emotional at certain points in this movie, man. They nailed it. There is so much going on in this movie, so much I can't talk about. I wish I could. I probably will make a spoiler review for the channel, maybe in a couple days, maybe tomorrow. I'll see how it goes, man, if you guys want to see that. But genuinely, there's crazy massive stuff going on here, and all of it worked. I was disappointed by nothing. Like, genuinely, my hype and expectation was like here, and the movie surpassed it by a massive chunk. I don't know how. My favourite now live action Spider-Man movie of all time. Like, the villains, I love them. The characters were amazing. Action, dialogue. You guys know I'm not even a big fan of comedy. I was laughing throughout this movie. I'd say like 5% for me of the jokes didn't land, but everything else they just killed it, man. That's because the chemistry, especially, again, through the Trinity. Peter, MJ, and Ned, when they're on screen, and even Doctor Strange, man, they got some really funny moments. I'm not even mentioning, like, characters like Happy Hogan in the movie, J. Jonah Jameson, Aunt May. They all have standout moments that are just amazing, man. We've been with these characters for a long time. And I'm not recommending this. I'm saying it is a must, bro. You must watch the first 3 Spider-Man movies and the 2 amazing Spider-Man movies. That is a definite requirement because you need to understand where the villains have come from, and when they start talking to each other, you get certain little things. You need to see those movies to fully appreciate. If you haven't seen them, you might not get the overall excitement and craziness of this movie. But if you're into the MCU, if you like Spider-Man, if you like these movies, you're going to be gassed. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise you. I was thinking about what score to give this out of 10, but I can't deny, like, I'm saying it. This is my favourite live-action Spider-Man movie. The action was off the charts. I loved the villains. The Goblin was so sick, man. Doctor Strange just blew my mind. And I cried 3 times. This was God tier, and I'm going to give Spider-Man No Way Home 10 nerds out of 10. Hey, yo, I forgot to say real quick, there's 2 after-credit scenes, and they are bangers. Especially the last one. It comes all the way at the end of the credits, even after the Sony and Marvel logo. Yeah, that second one, mind blown. I might do a spoiler review maybe tomorrow or the day after. Make sure you're subbed and hit the bell to see that. I'm also going to be doing my new ranking for every single MCU movie ranked worst to best, because we got a ton of movies this year. It's time to add them in, and a few movies I've like changed my mind. Just go see it, man. Just go see the movie. This blew my mind. I cannot wait to see it again. There's so many hidden details. Big up yourself, Marvel. Big up yourself, Sony. Everyone who worked on the movie, all the actors and actresses, you guys killed it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for spending your time here. I'll see you in a bit.